Hello friends, today we are really going to see very interesting video that how we can combat with the USA tariff Trump. Dear friends, how Indian MSME can really fight with the US tariff? That is the biggest question and I will say it is a $1,000,000 question in the mind of people today, which are the MSME in India and who are exporting to the USA or various other countries. My dear friends, I was just referring some data that how we can fight with this US tariff, and I got a very nice case study of the Japan. I was just reading the book Boardroom written by Mr. Achyut Godbole. So, dear friend, I got very nice, interesting factor. Two US people had helped the Japan to convert their image. You know it very well that because of the Second World War and because of the atomic bomb which was being put on the Japan on 6th and 9th August, maybe in the 1946, but it was in the end of the World War. And at that time the Japan was absolutely collapsed, and the only thing which came out for the Japan that they know that they can survive only if they can do a best business. At that time the two people from the USA, they helped them a lot. One was the Edmund Deming and the another was the Joseph Juran. Edward Deming, yes. The Edward Deming and Joseph Juran, these two people came to Japan in the 1950. Nobody in the USA was listening them about their principle on the quality. Both these people really help a lot Japan. They help them for the in-process quality, they help them for the quality from the raw material, they help them the quality at the finished good, and they help them to change the mindset of the Japanese person. There are several people in society, they say that whether there is a really importance for the training and development or not. Company also are worried that whether when they are investing lot of money on the training and development, whether it is really useful or not. And the classic answer for this is that there were 14,700 engineers were trained by Mr. Edmund Deming and the Juran, and in the era of 1950 to 1970 they have really created the miracle in the Japan. And you know it very well, the history. In the history of Japan, Sony, Aiwa, Honda, Toyota, everybody from every sector from Japan came out with the excellent quality principles and the excellent product which really dominated the world. And my dear friend, it shook the USA. And in the 1980 there was one TV show in the Japan, and the name of the show was that if Japan can, then why not USA. So it really given a big setback in the image of the USA, and they also came to know that if Japan can do such a wonder in the quality, then why not. Then again it got reciprocated to the USA again, and USA also started to implement the quality principle. So my friends, I just want to say that if you really want to dominate today in the world, even if you want to fight the tariff of the Trump implemented, and really all of us are worried, all small industry, all the medium scale industry, and even large scale industry also worried. The answer for this is only two things. One is the quality, what we can do, the best quality, world class quality, and the second is about the branding. You know it very well that USA knows the branding very well. You are surprised to know that, dear friend, there are several brands from India like Tata, Mahindra. Even if you go to the small cities, somebody is selling the masala, somebody is selling the food. All of they are selling to the USA or Europe only because of their branding and their quality. I will give you a classic example of the Make My Trip. You know it very well. Make My Trip is a very small firm in the year 2000. They started it in India, but it was initially for the people traveling from USA, but they are living in India, or sometimes the people who are NRI living in USA when they are coming back to India. So they started it in that way. However, day by day they dominated and attracted to the all foreigners. Today you can say that in the year 2024, if I just Google, I found it that Make My Trip has a turnover of more than 5,324 crore in the 2024. They have at least 20 offices in India and definitely one office in US. and even in England also, and there can be several operations across all 150 countries in world. So dear friends, a small brand like Make My Trip, which was a very small travel agency, but they came up with the innovation, they come up with the understanding the mindset of the people, and they came up with the consistent quality. So dear friend, if you really want to compared to the US tariff in the current scenario, already we are facing a lot of trouble from last 3 to 6 months because of war situation. We also seen the Operation Sindur, we also seen the different two wars in the world of the different nations. So in such a scenario, again, it has really created a vibration by the Trump tariff, which has implemented 50% tariff on the Indian goods. So dear friend, the answer or lies for all MSME is only about the showing the quality, which will be the world class, and the branding. Definitely we know it very well that we can never compare with the China, we can never compare the China on the cost factor. So costing is not at all in our hand if we just compare with the China. You know it very well, the infrastructure and the all various factors of the China, labor cost of the China, definitely we cannot compare. So for that, if you really as an entrepreneur, only as a businessman from the small and medium industry, we have only two options. One is the quality and we have the branding. So dear friends, we should really focus on the branding and quality.